evening, and welcome to Beyond Greatness, the Throne Room. Tonight, we are not just talking about a sports headline. We are not just reviewing another contract dispute. We are digging into a story that reveals the power dynamics behind sports television, the cultural forces that shape what millions of us see every single morning, and the choices of one woman who decided enough was enough, Molly Qerim. For nearly a decade, she was the moderator, the conductor, the steady hand at the center of ESPN's flagship debate show, First Take. Stephen A. Smith roared. His co-hosts clashed. Athletes, coaches, politicians, and celebrities came through that studio and fired off their takes. And through it all, Molly Qerim was there, guiding the conversation, asking the right question at the right moment, and making sure that the chaos stayed just on the edge of control. And now, she is gone. Man, it's easy to scroll past a headline like that and think hosts change all the time. But when you slow down, when you peel back the layers, you realize that this moment says something much bigger. This is about what ESPN values. This is about how media treats women who hold power. This is about the future of sports debate television itself. And let's be clear, Molly Qerim's departure is not just a resignation, it is a statement. Tonight, over the course of this broadcast, we will walk through Molly's rise, her impact, the contract she turned down, the reactions that flooded in, the larger shakeups across ESPN, and the looming question, what comes next? With the time that is ours to share together, you will not only understand why this matters, you will feel it. This is Beyond Greatness. This is the Throne Room. And tonight, the crown of sports debate television is up for grabs. To understand why Molly Qerim's exit matters, you need to understand Molly herself. She didn't appear overnight. She worked, she hustled, she climbed. Molly joined ESPN back in 2006. She cut her teeth on digital platforms, hosting fantasy football, covering MMA, building trust with fans one segment at a time. She wasn't a celebrity then. She was a worker, someone who had to prove herself every time the red light went on. Fast forward to 2015. Qerim champion moves on. ESPN needs a new permanent moderator for First Take. Who do they choose? Molly Qerim. And from the first day she sat in that chair, she made it hers. Think about what that role really is. It's not just introducing segments. It's not just throwing to commercial. It's controlling a storm. Stephen A. Smith is one of the loudest, most dominant personalities in television. Skip Bayless back then was another hurricane. Later, Max Kellerman brought his own rhythm, his own intellectual style. More recently, it's been rotating athletes, analysts, and former stars. Through every combination, Molly Qerim was the constant. She brought grace, she brought presence. She brought that rare ability to listen while commanding respect. Do you know how rare that is in debate television? To not get swallowed, to not disappear, to not just be the traffic cop, but to actually set the tone. Molly Qerim was the one who made First Take feel complete. Without her, it was noise. With her, it was a symphony. And that is why her leaving matters. Now let's talk about the decision. Reports began swirling in early September. Molly was absent from the show. Fans noticed. Social media buzzed. Then came the Instagram post. Simple, grateful, a farewell that felt both heartfelt and unfinished. She confirmed what the insiders had whispered. She was leaving First Take. But here's the detail that turns this from ordinary to extraordinary. ESPN offered her a new contract, and she said no. Think about that. We're not talking about a layoff. We're not talking about ESPN cutting costs. We're talking about Molly Qerim having an opportunity to stay and choosing to walk away. That means something. It means the offer wasn't right. It means the vision wasn't aligned. It means Molly valued something more than whatever ESPN put on the table. And if you've followed media long enough, you know what that usually means. Control. Control over your time. Control over your voice. Control over your future. Molly Qerim decided that ESPN, with all its money and all its power, was not going to control her next chapter. And that is power. The reaction was immediate. Stephen A. Smith opened First Take with a tribute. He called her grace. He called her professionalism. He called her a force. Stephen A. doesn't give out compliments like candy. That was genuine. That was respect. Fans filled Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Some said the show would never be the same. Some thanked Molly for years of mourning. Some demanded ESPN explain what happened. And here's the thing. This wasn't just fans of First Take. This was media writers. This was rival networks. This was athletes, people who understood what Molly meant to the culture of sports debate. Because when the person in the middle steps away, you don't just lose a voice, you lose balance. And balance is what keeps debate from turning into noise. This is not the first time ESPN has seen a shakeup. Skip Bayless left for FS1. Max Kellerman was pushed out. Carrie Champion left First Take. Each time, fans said the show would collapse. Each time, ESPN reloaded. But here's the difference. Skip was a debater. Max was a debater. Carrie was a moderator, but not in the era of First Take's peak. Molly was all of those things combined. She gave the show stability during its biggest ratings years. She kept the energy fresh. She was part of First Take's brand. So when she leaves, this isn't just a host leaving. This is an identity crisis. And ESPN has to figure out who replaces her. And can anyone truly replace Molly? Let's zoom out. ESPN is not just a sports network. It is Disney's crown jewel in sports. And Disney, right now, is under enormous pressure. Streaming wars, declining cable subscribers, talent turnover. Into that storm, Molly Qerim walks away. That raises questions about how ESPN values its on-air talent, particularly women. Because here's the reality. Women in sports media still fight for equal respect, still fight for equal pay, still fight for recognition beyond being the moderator. And Molly Qerim was proof that a woman could be more than just the middle. She was the force that made the whole machine work. Her walking away exposes a bigger truth. ESPN may not have given her the respect or the platform she deserved. So where does Molly go from here? That's the question everyone is asking. Could she go to another network, Fox Sports, NBC? Could she build her own brand, podcasts, YouTube, live shows? Could she take the crown of sports debate television and reinvent it on her terms? The possibilities are endless. And here's the key. Molly Qerim has the audience. Wherever she goes, millions will follow. Because this isn't just about sports. This is about trust. And Molly built trust. If she goes digital, she could own the space. If she goes to a rival network, she could shake ESPN at its core. If she steps away completely, her absence will still be felt every morning at 10 a.m. when First Take comes on without her. So what do we make of all this? Molly Qerim's departure is not just a headline. It is not just a contract. It is a moment that forces us to ask, who truly holds the crown in sports debate television? Is it the loudest voice? Is it the face on the billboards? Or is it the steady hand in the middle, the one who makes the chaos watchable? The answer is clear. Greatness must always be defended. And Molly Qerim defended greatness every day she sat in that chair. So tonight as we close, let me be clear. This is not the end of Molly's story, it is the beginning. And for ESPN, it is a warning. Respect the voices that hold your empire together. Because when they walk away, they don't just take their chair, they take your balance, they take your crown. This is beyond greatness. This is the throne room. And tonight, Molly Qerim has reminded us that greatness isn't given, it's chosen. Good night.